Anarkee. Thanks for joining me on my channel on this lovely 3 a.m. because I never have time to record at normal hours anymore. Okay, so I'm obsessed with the Bratz, obviously. If you've seen my channel, my Instagram, or anything, you know I love the Bratz. And lately I've been thinking about how they've influenced my life. Basically how I've turned into a real life Bratz doll. Like, I've just become very aware of that in the last couple of months. Honestly, like, if you look on Instagram, so has everyone else. Most Instagram makeup trends are what you saw in Bratz dolls back in the day. From the lips, to the cut crease, to the clothes. It's like a really strange phenomenon for me. So I decided to do this 3-part series on the Bratz. This first part's gonna be kind of a retrospective analysis rant thingy. Look guys, to be honest, I don't know what this is. Just let me talk about the Bratz, okay? I wanna talk about the Bratz. So if you don't know what the Bratz are, why are you watching this video? They're basically MGA's answer to Barbie, and they're more trendy and aimed at a slightly older audience. Like, they're definitely more risque than Barbie. While she had like more classic minimal makeup with like maybe a nice pink lip, the Bratz were definitely full glam. She had Ken, and the Bratz would just talk about boys in general. Like, they may have been hopping from boy to boy, except for a couple of them. I know Chloe and Yasmin, I think, had like dedicated dudes, but the rest of them, like, Sasha and Jade were just like, I got too many options, honey, to be tied down to one dude. I think Sasha says that in a movie.
I can't commit to any one guy. When you're this gorgeous, why should you?
Barbie had a ton of careers. The Bratz just hung out at the mall. That last one seems like the Bratz would be the more immature doll, but if you are actually older, you would realize that you would much rather be at the mall all day than be like a school teacher. My point is, the Bratz were like for 12, 13-year-olds, whereas Barbies were like for 7-year-olds. And they were like stupid popular. Like, they had the dolls, like they had a bunch of different lines for them. They had clothing, toys, a movie, several movies actually, a TV show. We're gonna talk about those TV shows and movies in a second too. They were too popular, in fact. So popular that Barbie decided to sue them to death. And they had this whole rebrand thing that we're not gonna talk about. Anyway, about that TV show. I watched this shit religiously. It came on 4Kids, and I remember I watched that, Sonic X, Winx Club, and Magical Do-Re-Mi. That was my Saturday morning, and I especially loved the Bratz. And rewatching it, it holds up pretty well.
Kins is supposed to be the most super stylin' punk club ever. And the benefit concert is gonna be scorching.
Okay, not at all. There were also the movies, which in my opinion were always the best when there was like an actual plot or real conflict. Like, a lot of them were just no stakes, them just having fun, living their lives. And I didn't like those as much. Like, my favorites were Genie Magic, Fashion Pixies, and Forever Diamonds. Just know that I had to look up those names, like I think 2 of them. I did not remember them off the top of my head because they were too generic. I remembered them as the road trip one, the genie one, and the fairy one. Like, those ones had actual villains besides these 3 idiots. We'll get to them. In the first movie, for example, Rock Angels, this has always bothered me. Jade gets an internship at Your Thing magazine, which is run by these harpies, who are, by the way, the funniest dig at Barbie that I've ever seen in this show. Like, they're very clearly just supposed to be Barbies. Like,
Well, look who's here. The fashion freaks. Yeah.
anyway, she gets fired in a day, and the Bratz are just like, hey, let's start our own teen magazine.
You know, we should really have our own magazine.
And the thing that bothers me about this is that they actually do it and succeed.
I could write an advice column, and I can write about trends, the music editor, and I'd be the most cutting-edge lifestyle editor! Let's start our own teen magazine!
Okay, that's not how that works, and literally, Chloe says it.
Wait! Reality check? What about an office? No way we can afford one. I'll have to babysit every night, even on weekends, and chill, Angel. Let me work it. Here we are!
Okay, Sasha, what connections do you have that you can get a free office, even if it's shit, the tools to renovate it, a printer, advertisers, the time to do this while you're still in fucking high school? The reason this bothers me is that little me tried starting a magazine after watching this movie with the non-resources that I had, typing it up on my home computer and printing it up on my home printer and handing out the little issues to my friends at school like a little idiot. Whatever, moving on. So they steal an invitation that Berdine threw out to go on an all expenses paid trip to London, which by the way is the one realistic thing in this movie. Like if you are, I guess, the editor of a fashion magazine, they would give you an all expenses paid trip to London. The unrealistic part of that is that she just threw it out, like without even opening the invite.
I just happen to have saved all those invites Berdine made me toss. Invitations to the exclusive opening of Pins, the most hap new punk rock club, and to the Save the Universe benefit concert. All expense paid, accommodations included on a private jet and a 5-star luxury hotel suite in London.
And then shenanigans ensue. Yasmin gets emo.
I know just how you feel. I've lost my best friend too.
Sasha's a control freak.
Now let's jam. I planned the whole day and I don't want to miss our magazine deadline. You planned the whole day without consulting me? Again? Jade, will you chill already? I know what I'm doing. Ugh, right.
Chloe dates a fucking duke.
Thank you for the corsage, Nigel. It's beautiful.
Not nearly as beautiful as you, my pretty princess. You know, I don't believe I've ever felt this way about a girl before.
Nigel, we just met.
What, you don't believe in love at first sight?
He's a fuckboy though, so we don't care.
I am dressed.
Dressed? Darling, you can't be serious. Surely you must have something that's a little more elegant and understated.
I'm just hanging out with my friends.
Those misfits? Oh, come now, pretty princess. They're so uncouth. Not nearly as beautiful as you, my pretty princess. You know, I don't believe I've ever felt this way about a girl before.
Ew! Dookie, we've just met! You don't believe in love at first sight?
Somehow they end the movie with a successful magazine launch. They become friends with the Simon Cowell knockoff. Oh yeah, in case that wasn't enough, they become fucking rock stars.
Yasmin, did you say they only let rock bands into the concert? Are you thinking what I'm thinking? Let's become a rock band!
You're rockin' hot and rockin' your world! Give it up for the Bratz Rock Angels!
Because why the hell not at this point? They learn important lessons like, don't be a control freak. Don't fall for a fuckboy, even if they're rich and royal. And leave important documents like the irreplaceable VIP tickets that you have in a fucking hotel safe and not in your jacket pocket, Yasmin. You know, important life lessons. So yeah, these movies were super unrealistic. Those favorite ones I mentioned earlier can basically be summarized as the plot of Aladdin, that the genie is a teenage girl limited to 1 wish per person, normal fairies versus magic Hot Topic employees, and imagine if Project Runway and The Amazing Race had a baby and it was somehow a road trip movie. But realism was clearly never the point, otherwise they'd have normal body proportions. Anyway, I realized how much these movies and these characters influenced how I am now. Besides the obvious, as in the way I do my makeup and dress, it's interesting to see how the Bratz influenced me in little parts of my life, like even this. Like when I was a kid, I wanted to have my own magazine, and I'm pretty sure it was because of the Bratz and Devil Wears Prada. And you know what I just realized? The Bratz were basically influencers. Think about it, all they did was shop, look good, and teach vague life lessons. That's an influencer. If social media was the way it is now back then, they'd have just been a group of YouTubers slash social media influencers. Jade would have been a fashion influencer who made unboxing videos and like posted OOTDs all the time. Chloe would have been one of those oversharing storytime YouTubers. Sasha would have been like a music reviewer or something. Yasmin would have been one of those inspirational vlog girls whose Instagram consists entirely of latte art, acai bowls, and sweaters. Yasmin would have a Pinterest. Anyway, that's it for this Bratz rant. I just wanted to share my thoughts and musings with you guys because like this franchise really does mean a lot to me. I know this was a different kind of video for me, but let me know in the comments if you liked it or not. But the other 2 videos in this Bratz series are more in line with what's usually on my channel, so stay tuned for those. Probably next week, unless I die again. And that's it, my lovelies. Be sure to like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more content, and to see the rest of those Bratz videos when I upload them, and also just because I need the subscribers, subscribe. And that's all. I'll see you guys in the next video.